ผู้ชมคะกลับเข้ามาในช่วงนี้นะคะอาเซียนอินเทอร์วิวค่ะเดี๋ยวจะพาคุณผู้ชมไปสัมภาษณ์นะคะพูดคุยกับแขกรับเชิญคนพิเศษค่ะซึ่งก็ถือว่าเป็นนักศึกษาจากอินเดียนะคะเขาจะมีเรื่องราวอะไรมาเล่าสู่กันฟังบ้างเดี๋ยวเราไปติดตามชมพร้อมกันเลยค่ะ In ASEAN interview this week, we meet a special guest coming straight from Raipur in India. Mr. Ankit Seth is joining us. He's interning in Thailand, but he's also bringing about a lot of his experiences in interning and studying in India as well. Thanks for joining us this week. Kun Ankit. Well, first of all, can you first introduce yourself? Tell us a bit about Raipur and what you're doing here.
Okay, my name is Ankit Seth. I come from Raipur, from India. And I am a student in Amity University where I'm doing my undergraduate program that is related to journalism and mass communication. And this is like my internship break for the summer, and I'm here for my internship.
I see. What are you doing in your internship here?
I'm mostly I'm assisting the producer, I guess, and I'm not yet assigned the role properly, but I'll be looking forward to a lot of roles.
Are you doing a lot of shows and doing both television and print, or focusing mainly on broadcast?
I'm focusing mainly on broadcast. Yeah, focusing mainly on broadcast. That's what I'm doing, and mainly the editing stuff. That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about what you've only been here a few days, and how's your experience so far?
I've already got a lot of friends. They're so friendly. Everyone is very friendly, and it's been just 3 days here, but I already feel like it's my home, and the Thai people are really friendly, so that helps a lot. That helps a lot, and my experience so far has been very good.
There's a lot of good camaraderie happening, both on the scene and behind the scenes, huh?
Behind the scenes as well, yeah.
Yes. You've also interned in, say, India as well, but in a different industry. Can you tell us a bit about that and compare and contrast your experiences?
Like I've interned in the print industry before. That was in my first year, and we were just taught about it. So we had to go and experience it as well. So my lecturers, they advised me to go to the print industry first because it forms a base for you. And I guess like my experience there wasn't like up to the point, but it was very well. And I used to like write news stories and edit them, and I used to gather news stories from the web and also from the local area, and I used to publish them in the newspaper. That's what I used to do in my internship there in India.
Very nice. Do you find yourself carrying and implementing and applying some of those experiences here?
Yeah, sure. I would like to have my ideas expressed here as well, and I would like to give my input in the production house as well. What I've experienced there, I like to use that here as well.
Very nice. Talking about production houses, why did you choose the RSU TV production house to intern?
I needed an international experience, and I already experienced the working culture in India in the first year, and this is my second year, so I wanted an international experience, and I thought, why don't I give it a try? And my family like happens to be here as well, so I kind of like had a contact So on that basis, I thought I should try RSU TV as well.
You said your family's here. How are they here? Do they live here, or have they just been here recently, or travels?
My mom has been here from a year, and she's a teacher in Rangsit, Chhattisgarh, and she's a maths teacher as well. So that's what they traveled here for work. Well.
Very good. So kind of a bridge to come to Thailand.
Yeah.
But Thailand, talking about the culture itself, there's so much overlap in culture, in language, and just in the way things happen and are done. Can you kind of compare and contrast from your experiences here? You've been here a few times already.
Yeah.
What you've observed to be shared between Thailand and India?
Indian culture is very diversified. As you can see, there are 29 states there, and every state has its own unique identity and own culture, own food, own language itself. And everything is very different within the states. But here in Thailand, I can, like, if compared to Indian culture, I can see there are a lot of similarities. Like the way they use the salutations here, like it's almost kind of similar in India as well. And the way they say hello,
right,
is also kind of similar in India as well. And yeah, that's what they do. Like we say namaste, and they say sawadikap, right? And so that's kind of similar. And the culture, like the dance forms and the music, is like the folk music and the folk dance is kind of similar with India as well. Like we have a lot of folk music, like a lot of different folk musics there, and that's kind of have the similar tone to them, and they're like very peaceful to listen to.
Right.
So that's what, and even the way they worship the gods and all, the Buddhism and all, that's kind of similar to India as well.
Right. So coming from India to Thailand, perhaps it makes seeing all these similarities and overlaps in culture and language and expression as well. Perhaps it doesn't seem so foreign coming from you as well.
It doesn't seem foreign as well. It's like I'm in India. It's like kind of similar.
Very nice. Speaking about mass communications and the overlapping culture, do you see any similarities in how, say, mass media trends evolve in both India and Thailand?
Yeah, currently the trend is about digital media, and the traditional forms of media are kind of like they're developing, but the digital media is on popular phase. Even in India, it's the same, and in Thailand also, I guess. The social media is developing a lot, and we're having a lot of softwares, and we're having a lot of digital applications where we can use write the stories. We can read the stories online, and online journalism is growing. So that's like kind of similar in India and Thailand.
Right, very much so. And talking about those developments in social media and such, you see how things are kind of similarly done both in India and in Thailand.
Yeah.
Very nice. Back to another hobby of yours, cooking.
Yeah.
You see a lot of similarities in food in Thailand and in India. What about some new trends from that aspect?
We use a lot of spices, right? And our food is kind of spicy, and that's kind of similar to Thailand as well. Thailand food is kind of spicy as well, and it's more to the sweet side, but we don't have that sweet side there. And the trending part is where we kind of have Thai food available around the corners in India. Like you can find it normally everywhere. And we have these fusion dishes where we use our spices in it, and we have the main idea from Thai food, and we can like call it like something like mixed together. Like it tastes delicious. Like trends are like they are formed by tourism, right? Like tourists, when they come in, they bring in new things, and so we use that and we develop new things. So India is like harboring a lot of tourists right now,
right?
And so we're developing like we're evolving our food culture. Like we have a lot of different continental food right now for other tourists to accommodate themselves there.
Right.
So that's the trend in culinary sector, if you say.
So both in Thailand and in India, whether it's Thai tourists visiting India or Indian tourists visiting Thailand, there's always something evolving in that food culture.
Yeah, there's always something evolving. The food culture always keeps on evolving as you have a lot of tourists coming in the country.
In fact, one of the most popular restaurants in Thailand is run by, say, an Indian ethnic owner, Gagan.
Oh, okay.
So perhaps you can check that out one of these days too.
Yeah, sure.
So here at the RSU TV production house, do you hope to take on, say, what are your expectations? Say, do you hope to take on interning a food program or anything like that? Or what kind of productions?
I like to try the food program as well. That's my hobby because I like that. I like to do that as well. And some of the expectations what I have from here is maybe I get to like do a program related to something creative, something related to arts and culture, and because I have a keen interest in that, and hopefully I'll look forward to that if I get a chance to do that.
Definitely, because various production houses, as we kind of gear up to broadcast and accommodate a wider audience from various ethnicities and various countries, we have to be able to, you could say, blend in and be flexible with various cultures and overlapping cultures as well. Very much so. Talking about that, Thailand is also, in terms of Indian pop culture, Bollywood, very booming in Thailand. Very many TV shows and cable channels adopting series and taking on series from India. What are your thoughts on that?
Like the film industry in our country is like it's on an exponential growth right now, and you can see the film industry going abroad. They're like airing on various countries, different countries, and a lot of people accepting that is a good thing to hear. And especially if Thai people like the Bollywood industry, like the series and the movies from there, then it's very good to hear that. And it feels nice hearing about your country, well, how they recognize it. Like in different countries as well. So that feels nice. A
lot more to come as well, and perhaps in the other way around, there's a lot of Thai, say, actors and talents going to India and integrating there too.
Yeah, they're as well mixing themselves up with the Bollywood industry, and they're working there too.
Right.
And it's kind of growing globally for both of them.
So pop culture is also becoming a melting pot everywhere we go, whether it's India, Korea, Thailand, even the US. So many things happening all at once around the world. But talking about projections, when Bollywood comes to Thailand, when there's a lot of, you could say, projection of the culture, it kind of clears up a lot of misconceptions, but a lot still exists. Can you talk about those misconceptions about Indian culture and clarify some of them for us?
Yeah, well, when I came here, like I got to like interact with a lot of people, and when I got to interact with them, I kind of found out that they have these kind of misconceptions that India is not safe and there's a scarcity of water, and like it's not safe for tourists to go there, and that kind of hurt my feelings because well, I live there, and I know for sure we have a city where people they don't have locks in their houses, and they can stay safe. They don't fear like theft or something else, and like for tourists we have really good tourist places where we have really good tourist places where there's no like fear of being robbed or like you going into trouble or something. And if you do go to trouble, like you're always like people are always helpful. So they will help you out like anywhere, anytime. You won't even need to ask for it. And regarding the scarcity of water, well, it's a populated country. So there can be scarcity of water in places, but in the major cities you don't find this issue a lot. And the government makes sure, like assures you that you get water in your household, like every household. So it's kind of like these kind of misconceptions are really absurd to hear, but people do have these kind of misconceptions.
And we're just touching the tip of the iceberg here. So good thing to remember. Indian people are nice and helpful, and also if you're going to remote places, bring your own water, but you won't be lacking of water in the big cities. Well, representing, say, Indian students who may also want to be joining up in internships in Thailand, any suggestions for them?
I would like them to like be friendly, because the people here are very friendly, and I like them to be accepting in nature, and they shouldn't be like regressive, and they should think about how they can do more and give their experience, like input their thoughts and experiences. They can use that here, and they can develop themselves through the help of these people, because they're so nice.
There you go. Very good words of support for other people who want to join up in internships in Thailand. Well, thank you very much, good Ankit Seth, for your insights on internships and traveling to Thailand from India. We'll consider all of those details for the future to come. Good luck with all of your projects.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that was ASEAN interview for this week. Thanks for tuning in.
และเมื่อสักครู่นี้นะคะก็คืออาเซียนอินเทอร์วิวเราได้มาทำความรู้จักนะคะกับนักศึกษาฝึกงานจากอินเดียค่ะก็ได้มาแลกเปลี่ยนประสบการณ์ต่างๆแล้วก็ได้เล่าถึงเหตุการณ์ต่างๆที่เกิดขึ้นอีกด้วยแต่น่าเสียดายค่ะวันนี้เวลารายการอาเซียน Challenge ก็ได้หมดลงแล้วพบกันได้ใหม่ในสัปดาห์หน้าค่ะ
Thanks for tuning in this week. We'll see you again very soon next week. For now สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ